Welcome to Innerji, Tarot Tea Astrology, and all things metaphysical. Hi, I'm Leslie, the Metaphysical Crone, and it's time once again for the weekly tarot reading. And this week I'm going to be using tarot tea coins and also some crystals. And I'm also doing a different layout this week as well. So this will be for the week commencing Monday, the 13th of June. So I hope you do find this reading helpful. So taking a little bit of a different approach for the reading this week, what I'm going to be doing is looking at the pros and cons for the upcoming week. Look at maybe some hopes and fears, the energy around those. Looking at maybe things that you should focus on or do and things that perhaps you should avoid. And then if there's anything hidden, and then further advice. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. So I'm using my Waite Smith deck with the crackle backs. This is a little miniature. Well, it's not really a mini version. I've actually got a smaller one this. I guess it's a pocket-sized version. And if you have small hands and shuffling tarot cards can be a little bit challenging, these pocket-sized versions are really good. But let's shuffle the cards and see what we have for the week. So we're going to do one card for the pros for the week, another card for the cons, another for hopes, one for fears, one on what to do, where to focus, one on what to avoid or don't do, anything that's hidden under the surface that might help or hinder, and further advice. So let's look at the pros for the week. And the pros for the week is we have the Eight of Swords. And she's blindfolded, she's bound, she's surrounded by swords caging her in. And so I feel for you this week is going to be hard for you to see the upside of things. This card can represent our own inner talk, our own inner thoughts, our own inner critique. I should say inner critic, where we criticize ourselves. And so I feel that the start of this week is going to be hard to see what's good. And I feel that with this card, that you just need to maybe look at things from a different perspective so that you can see the week with the cup half full instead of half empty. Let's add a tea charm to this and see what we have. See if that lightens it off. And we have the cat. And I feel that for this coming week, you just want to stay comfortable. Cats love their comfort, and you just want to stay in your comfort zone. But circumstances around you will not let you, and that's why you're not feeling so optimistic about the week as you work your way through it. And a crystal for there. What sort of crystal energy might be helpful in terms of divination? And we have the rose quartz tumblestone. And so I feel that, if you're starting this week, or I should say the week commencing Monday, the 13th of June, feeling a little less optimistic, feeling a bit down, feeling like you're trapped, you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything, you can't achieve what you want to achieve. It is about getting out of your comfort zone and treating yourself a little gently. Don't be too hard on yourself if you can't see the upside of things during this coming week. Now, a card for the cons. And I feel that it is around abundance. It is around money. We have the Nine of Pentacles reversed. When this card is upright, she has everything she needs. She's standing in a beautiful garden. Her large house is behind her. She has all these pentacles. So the fact that it's reversed is saying to me that the cons for this week are that you might need to rely on others a little bit more, and you might need to just watch the pennies. Now, this was in the reading last week as well from memory, with finances in the middle of last week were a little bit of an issue. And I feel that that might come again this coming week as something to look at. And this could be why you're having difficulty seeing your way forward in an optimistic way, because the practical things of life are kind of getting you down. And let's have a look at a tea coin for the coming week in terms of the cons. And we have the mouse. And yes, there is going to be a sense of the little things eating away, and that you actually have to work harder to get smaller results than you would like. So I feel that the week is going to be a little bit of a tough one coming up in regard to that. Let's add a crystal. Let's see what we have with the crystal. And we have a beautiful citrine. This is a very pale, so I'll get that in focus. This is a very pale lemon citrine. So I feel that it's not all bad news. I feel that, you know, get out of your comfort zone, just treat yourself a little gently and look at the cup half full instead of half empty. Know that things are going to be a little bit tougher this week, but if you eat away at it, you will be able to make gains, but it will take effort. But the citrine is there saying, yes, you will make some gains regardless. Let's look at your hopes. And we have the 9 of Wands. And we have this one person who looks a bit worn out with a bandage over his head. He's been standing in front of those wands, guarding them. And this is a card of perseverance. And so I feel that if you stay hopeful and persevere to your end goal this week, that you will have the strength to get it. It will be a last push. But I feel if you just change your outlook that we see with the 8 of Swords, I'm stuck, I can't think of anything, treat yourself gently, get out of your comfort zone, work towards it regardless of what is going against you. You will see some positive results. And really it is about just making that last push, really persevering and holding on to get to the goal. Let's add a T coin to that. And we have the Moon. So we do have a full moon coming up on Tuesday, and I will be doing a video on that. It's a full moon in Sagittarius. So it is about exploring, and it is about exploring the deeper belief systems you have as well. But when I look at it here in terms of your hopes, this is about trusting your intuition a little bit more. It can be really easy this week to get caught up in the swords being about our thinking and our self-talk and our planning and all of those sort of cerebral things, and we can get caught up in how we feel tired and restricted. But really, if you hang in there and maybe trust your intuition a little bit more, there is more opportunity to achieve that abundance with the citrine crystal that came out earlier. And crystal under hopes. And we have the rainbow moonstone. And so with the rainbow moonstone, this is saying to me, definitely look at your intuition, trust your intuition, hang in there, and you will get to the other side of whatever it is that's bothering you this week, that is giving you a situation where you're feeling tired, can't see your way forward. And our fears. And we've got the 2 of Wands reversed. When we see this card upright, we see a man, a well-to-do man, holding the world, a globe of the world in his hands, and he's contemplating that. And there are 2 wands next to him, and he's holding onto one. So when this card is reversed, this is saying to me that there's a fear that any plans that you've put in place may not work out for you. But this is a fear that you have based on what you've been thinking, based on, things not seemingly going to go well. But there is a fear for this week that perhaps things won't go to plan. Let's add a tea coin here. And we have the teacup. And so this is about talking it out. Find someone that you trust, someone whose opinion you trust, and talk out your fears with them in regard to this coming week. If there's a particular situation or something at work or a relationship, whatever it might be, just talk to someone that you trust. Have a cuppa and just talk about your fears, and they will help maybe put things into perspective for you. Let's add some crystal energy for the fears for the coming week. And we have the carnelian. And so this is about getting creative. This is also a stone of joy and happiness. So it is about having a much more optimistic outlook, putting an optimistic outlook in place for the coming week, regardless of what might be hindering you, what might be restricting you, and also getting creative. And you may get help from someone that you speak to about some creative solutions that will help you overcome this fear or fears that you may have. So what should you do for this coming week? We have the Justice card reversed. And the Justice card is all about fairness. And so I feel you have to make sure that whatever you do this week has a win-win situation, that you're not just looking to come out on top yourself, that it's a win or fair for everyone involved. So it may mean sacrificing a little bit of what you want in order to accommodate others. But that's about bringing things into balance, because they are out of balance at the moment. And let's add a tea coin there. And the tea coin we have is the treasure chest. So this is saying that, you know, if you make sure that everything is fair and just and balanced, we have fair play with others in our dealings with others and with ourselves, that we will get the reward. The treasure is there. It will work out for the best. Let's add a crystal here. And we have clear quartz. And so this is about finding clarity. Now, spheres in particular, like a clear quartz sphere or a ball, is about energy going out in all directions. It's about being an equal distribution of energy. And so I feel it is about clarity around anything that you're doing this week, any decisions that you make, to keep it that it's fair for everyone involved. So it's just kind of confirming that Justice card. And what to avoid or don't do. We've got the Four of Cups upright. And so what this is saying to me, this young man is looking bored, he's staring at the cups. He can't see that there's another cup coming out of the sky, coming out of the ether, being divinely handed to him. He can't see that opportunity. So avoid getting too myopic this week. Avoid getting too closed in on this is what I'm doing, this is where I'm going, and not seeing other opportunities that might be there for you that will allow you to move forward in a more positive way. A tea coin for this one. And we have the headstone. And so what this is just confirming is it's about making an effort to end this outlook that you may have during this week of only seeing what's directly in front of you and not seeing what else is around you. You need to bring that outlook to an end and open up and see the bigger possibilities, see different possibilities that may be able to come your way. And a crystal here, and we have the petrified wood. And so when I have petrified wood, it is about looking to the past. This is about breaking a pattern in this coming week. If in the past you've always been very, very hyper-focused on what you need to do and what you know already, this is about breaking a pattern that seems to have been there for some time, because petrified wood is about our past, about the deep past, the long past, not necessarily the recent past. So I feel that this is an opportunity for you to break a pattern of only doing the things or looking at things from the same perspective, knowing that there are other opportunities there if you will just look around. And what is hidden for this week commencing Monday the 13th of June? We have the Five of Cups reversed. And so there is an opportunity with this Five of Cups reversed to be able to move from a position of feeling a little bit down, a little bit negative, and taking a more optimistic outlook. Because remember, with the pros, we had that Eight of Swords, with that sense of not knowing where we're going, not being able to see where we're going, not being able to make decisions, being caged in, restricted mentally, because swords are about our mental processes. And then here we have with what is hidden, it is about saying that you can overcome this. That is the good news. You can overcome this. You can see the cup full instead of empty. Let's add a tea coin to this one. And the tea coin we have is the bat. And this is saying stay focused on the positives for this coming week and not get caught up in the negatives. Otherwise, it will bring you down and it will make it harder for you to get through the week. And a crystal for here. And what do we have here? We have red jasper. So this is about getting your energy up. Whenever we're feeling low, whether it be mentally stressed, mentally low, physically, emotionally, it is about building our energy up. So red jasper is about building up your energy again. It's about the basic things. Do something physical. If you are feeling a bit mentally confused this week, you are not knowing which way to turn, what decision to make, I find doing something physical, getting you out of your head, can really open up the way forward in being better able to make decisions, being focused, and being able to look at things more positively. And finally, further advice. And we have the Three of Wands. And this shows a well-to-do man standing on top of a hill. He's overlooking a harbour, and he has 3 wands, and he's holding onto one of them, and he is gazing out into the harbour. And this is saying to me that really this is a week of being a little bit patient. Don't rush things, don't force things, particularly if you're not mentally feeling 100% sure of decisions to make, or if you're feeling a bit confused. Give yourself time, take things a little slowly, and don't rush forward. And let's add a T coin to that. And we have the coin for the man. And I feel that in terms of further advice, there is either someone who is a male or has a more proactive outward energy. They're more of a go-getting kind of energy to whom you can turn for advice. Remember, under our fears, we had that teacup come out, and it was about talking to someone you trust. And I feel that you will gain further advice from talking to someone you trust about how your week is going, and maybe some of the things you can do to move it forward in a more proactive way. And finally, let's do a crystal for here. And we have selenite, a selenite tumblestone. And selenite is about tuning in, higher vibration. So this is about you tuning into your higher self. Remember, we talked about using your intuition with the moon coin and the moonstone that came up under hopes. And so it is about tuning into this higher vibration of your intuition as well, to get further advice, to see how you can move forward for this week. So let's just summarize. Whilst the week in terms of pros and cons is not looking terribly bright, there are things that you can do to improve and bring a little bit of abundance in whatever that means for you. It is about getting out of your comfort zone, nurturing yourself, eating away at the little things that aren't working to solve them, to bring abundance, using your intuition to really push through to make sure that you can get it done. Taking the time to talk to someone about what it is that's not going well with your plans that you fear, and talking to someone who can give you an optimistic outlook and a way forward with further advice. And it's also about making sure that there are no one winner, no one loser, that it's a balanced result that comes with clarity, and that will bring you very, very good, bring you the treasure, so to speak. And of course, it is about just putting an end to maybe perhaps some old patterns about only looking at things the same way, and looking out for opportunities that might not normally be noticed by you. And finally, it is about looking at things from an optimistic perspective, being focused on being more optimistic, maybe getting out and physically doing something to clear your head if there's a sense of confusion. And also finally, being patient. This is a week of being patient, just taking things a little more slowly, just slowly eating away at things, pushing through to get to the other side. I do hope this reading has been of help. Until next time, many blessings to you.